Hey, hi, and hello, Mad Ink Pyro here, coming at you once again. Coming at you. No, coming at you. Alright, I'm good with that now. I think I
Okay.
got it out of my system. Amy has decided to not appear on camera today, but she is sitting here next to me. She said that she is comfortable where she's sitting, and she would be damned if she's moving. So, there you go.
As I'm in blinding pain with a headache.
And she's tired, she's cranky, and the birds, we just moved my bird cage from one room to the other, so you are going to hear my birds chirping throughout the whole thing. Day 27 of the keto adventure. Everything's going well. As you can see, I'm actually in a good mood. I'm light. I'm good to go. I had a really good breakfast this morning. Um, just trying to get everything. I'm trying to take all this stuff in. I mean, all of our lives have changed drastically in the past, 14 days?
Mm-hmm.
And it's got to the point where now questions are coming up about the kids' education and how do we handle this and how do we handle that. And I want to take, I've got a question for people. And I know there's parents, active parents, um, on my the follow me, and I got a question for you guys. And even I know I have one person that is an ex-teacher, um, and I want your opinion too, if I can, um, about the way they're trying to implement the schooling across the state of Maryland. I understand distance learning. I understand the laptops and all that stuff. I don't understand. We're 3/4 of the year into the school year. Shy of trying to homeschool Zane for a year, which was absolute nightmare, and expensive, and there was other factors involved as well, and it was just a nightmare for us. How do they expect us? They want to do the distance learning and online learning with the kids while they're out of school. As you know, they're out of school until the 24th of April at this point, which puts them back into school. To my calculations, and I'm going off like the May 15th deadline here, which puts them back into school for about 15 days. Um, I think it's pointless. I think they should just go off the grades that they have right now. They've already gotten rid of standardized testing. Go off the grades that they have right now, and pass or fail one way or the other through that, or just give them a pass fail on the stuff that they've done this semester, because we're really close to the end of the year anyway. Um, there was a poll on one of the news programs about the about they'd asked parents of school age children, should they end the school year now, or should they continue with the distance learning and all that? And 70% of Maryland has said end the school year now. Now, that being said, I don't feel as bad coming to light with how I feel about it. I have 3 kids in 3 different grades, and I am not a teacher. I don't have the patience for it. Um, I don't like and or believe in homework. I think it's ridiculous that these kids spend 8 and 9 hours in school a day and then are sent home with 3 hours of homework at night. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's absolutely way too much. I mean, when I was in school back in the ancient times, the horse and buggy times, whereas some of my friends were back in school in the what's a horse and buggy. Hey, come on, that was funny, guys. Don't get mad at me. Um, uh, we didn't have 3 and 4 hours worth of homework. You went home, you might have had 15 minutes of homework, an hour if you had to write a report. And then you were done. You were outside, you were playing, you were doing your chores, you were doing whatever it was you needed to do. Um, nowadays these kids have 3 and 4 hours on average worth of homework a night, sometimes more. So, what's your thoughts on that? I want to know, should we continue and try to do the distance learning thing, or should we just end the school year right now amongst everything that's going on? My personal opinion, and I'll throw it right out there, exit. There's too much going on. Too many people are under too high stress. Parents are out of work. This big stimulus package is going to take at least 3 weeks to get to the first people, from what I have seen online and through the news. And we don't even know if this is going to blow over in that time frame or not. Which, by the speculation, by the looks of it, even though it's not going to be as severe as they thought it was going to be, we're talking 3 months of getting rid of all this, at least. So, and that's putting it lightly. That's speculative at best. Trump's idea of it being reopening the economy by Easter is absolutely a ridiculous idea. That's just saying, okay, well, we finally got it somewhat under control and we know how it's transmitted, so we're going to go up and throw it back in a petri dish with people in their office buildings and everything, and just let everybody sit in there and get sick again. And I think that's just absolutely unrealistic. It's not safe, it's unrealistic, and it's just asking for disaster. So, I don't disagree with everything that Trump's done. I do, however, disagree with that very firmly. I'm not going to send my kids back to school as long as this is still a pliable threat. I don't think that they should implicate the distance learning. I just don't think it's going to be feasible. There's parents out there that are still trying to work. There's parents that are picking up shifts on like DoorDash and Instacart and Grubhub and Uber Eats and all that just to try to make ends meet right now. Everybody's stressed to the hilt. This is all, everything that we've known has now flip-flopped, and I think we just need to take the time away from school and not worry about school so much and worry about fixing what's broken right now instead of worrying about the school. They're 3/4 of the way through the year. Go off their grades for that year and call this one a mulligan, because it's not feasible and it's just going to cause more stress. Me and Amy did try to homeschool Zane, and it was a nightmare. I can't see us doing this with Zane and 2 other kids and 3 separate grades throughout the day. It's just physically impossible.
To our benefit, though, Zane was not a good student.
Now you chirp in. I agree with that. He was being a pain in the butt like he normally is, but it was worse on top of it because of several reasons. I'm not going to say it was all his fault, because it wasn't. We were unprepared. We didn't have the equipment. We didn't have the right...
mostly the knowledge and comprehension of curriculum.
Well, it's not even the knowledge and comprehension of curriculum, because we ended up getting that through the umbrella that we went through. We didn't have the patience to sit down with him, let alone the time. I mean, me and Amy, just because we're on disability, doesn't mean that we're not busy. I mean, we're handling everything else. I mean, I've got doctor's appointments. She has doctor's appointments. Then we got to handle the kids' doctor's appointments, and believe me, that's a lot of appointments. And then on top of that, we have to handle everyday stuff like grocery shopping and house cleaning and all that, just like everybody else does. And then on top of that, we've got other appointments as well, like her mental health appointments and other stuff that I do. So one of us is always gone. Of course, we're on a limited income, and we only have one vehicle.
Worst of all is our home is mostly open air.
Yeah, we have a very open layout in our house. There's no real quiet space for them to go learn, let alone the bandwidth over here on this island is horrible as far as the internet goes. And putting the majority of the populace, as far as the kids go, online to do their schooling, it is going to absolutely kill the internet. I'm looking for the internet to fail once they do this. It's already really slow. I mean, it takes me from my house, and I have the highest speed bandwidth that they provide over here, and it takes me from my house about an hour to upload a video. So if that gives you any clue on how messed up the internet is over here. So I don't see this working out very well for us. Now, distance learning works in the rural areas really well, and because the people are spaced apart, the bandwidth is different. You know, they're on mainland, they got FiOS and everything else, where we still have basic. Oh my God! Whoa, basic cable internet.
So I am going to chirp in now on your point of view.
Oh,
now
here
that
we
we have
go.
other people who can interject on our discussion
Remember,
and be objective.
before you go there, 70% of the state has said do away with the rest of the school year.
I highly comprehend that, and
Okay.
I highly comprehend the fact that each county handles their schooling differently, as it is pressed
And it does,
upon
it
the
does.
state from the federal government, from the state to the county government level. That is how the education system works with public schooling.
I understand
A
that.
lot of the choices that are made at the county level.
Okay.
Yeah, I studied education for like a year in college, guys.
Great.
Anyway, my point is this. The messages that they are sending out at the county level and at our local school levels when we get the emails or when we're checking their websites are stating that they're finding ways to provide support, which means they're also including curriculums. Our county itself uses a Google Classroom application, I believe, or maybe it's just a site. I'm unclear about that, but they're going to be utilizing that a lot to send assignments in, which is actually a really good asset that the students learn how to use in school. They know how to use it. The issue being is that I think I see that
Sorry, guys.
Will is overemphasized about is any additional support they need to comprehend what it is they have to do and to actually understand what it is they're doing. I've already spoken with one teacher, as our middle son has an IEP. He has some reading difficulties, which if you don't know what an IEP is, it's an individualized education protocol or program. It means that certain things are changed to where it's at his level and he gets to grow with it at the same time. It's at his pace.
And the IEP is great, and I'm not
Yeah.
saying anything against that. What I am saying is, me and you, and the average parent do not have A, the skills, or B, the patience to do the homeschooling itself.
Now, hearing from her, understand that in our county, any work that is going to be sent to him is on his school Chromebook, which he has with him, and all the students in our county most likely do, and he will be sent
Guys,
all work and instruction via the classroom at his level. I'm imagining they may even be able to throw in instructional videos, but she assured me everything that he would have to do, he should be able to complete on his own.
And I don't think that that's realistic.
And I think that was realistic, especially at the high school level, but
At
at
first,
the
yeah,
level,
at the
I don't know.
At the high school level, I get, because in high school, you're expected, and you're held accountable for your own stuff. So you're expected to be able to comprehend what you're doing and be able to follow through with it to finish the assignment.
No,
I understand that. But with grade school level, come on now, can you see Victor reading something on the internet and going, oh, that's how you do it? No, you can't. He's 8 years old. and ADHD to hell.
Yeah,
So
that's our biggest struggle. Is all of our kids have some form
it's
of
not
ADD.
it's not even the ADD that worries
And then
me
so
so
do we.
much. It's not the ADD that worries me so much. It's the fighting that's going to ensue. And here's my fear. It's when we were schooling Zane, me and Amy were constantly at each other because of difference in learning tactics, difference in teaching tactics, and well, there's a difference in everything, honestly. And it got to the point where I was so fed up with it, I just didn't want to hear about it anymore. And she insisted on trying to involve me, which was fine. I mean, that's, it's expected of me. I am his dad. So I did, and every time it ended up in a fight. So when we both agreed we are not doing this again, everything kind of evened itself out, and everything was fine. It's been fine ever since. Now they're kind of forcing our hand into doing this, and I don't think it's right. And let alone the other parents out there who are working. What about the doctors? What about the moms and dads that are nurses and RNs?
To be quite
And
frank,
what about-
I'm more concerned about those parents with those kids, the kids that have to go to daycare still,
Yes.
the kids that have to have babysitters. Are they going to have the basic knowledge that they need to be able to go in and complete the work by themselves? And if they don't, are these people taking care of them going to be able to
Yeah.
include this? Like, I have a friend that runs a daycare, and I actually
Allergies are high, by the way, really
Yeah.
high.
I actually talked to her many years ago about how she runs her daycare.
All right, we don't
and
need
it's
to go into
Maryland
details
state
like that.
mandated her daycare, and there's a lot of educational infrastructure already in her daycare, and that was kind of a state regulation at that time. Now, I don't know if that's laxed or not. So going into daycare
Short-winded.
system, I can see where they can handle it. But a babysitter, grandparents. I mean, it's not that.
Babysitters and grandparents aren't going to do that kind of work. That's not what they're there for. They're there to make sure the child's fed and taken care of and not on fire. They're not going to take heed to this. I mean, certain grandparents would, but I'll guarantee you right now, like if it was my dad or our children's adopted grandparents, they're not gonna A, know how to handle it, and B, want to do it. And I don't think it's worth the stress and worry over everything else that's going on in the world to worry about schooling. I think it's stupid, I think it's a dumb idea, and I think it's going to cause a lot more problems than people are seeing. And like I said, we're stretched thin as it is now. I'm worried to death that one of my kids is going to catch this and bring it home to me. And I am one of the last people that needs, well, I'm not going to say that because that sounds selfish, but I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. I don't like hospitals, and I don't want to go back. So we've taken the proper precautions and pretty much self-quarantined. Now, with the exception of very few trips to the grocery store or the drugstore. And then now that's stressful enough. I don't need to worry about, oh, my kids didn't get this assignment in on time. Screw that assignment. Leave it lay on the fucking couch. I don't care. I'm just done with it.
Okay, so as a perspective to our daily life, it takes 4 hours for
Zane, how
our
much
two
time do I
youngest children to go to bed at night. 4 hours.
On average.
Which means I myself am up till about 2:30 in the morning. And then
30 seconds
Well-
and a half, 10 minutes.
is not sleeping very well. So he's sleeping when he can.
Uh-huh.
I only sleep at night. I can't sleep during
Will's
the day.
only sleeping when he can because Will's not sleeping because he's stressed.
Yeah. So my lack of sleep causes the stress levels to be higher. I constantly have a headache. And I can't do academics when I have a headache. Not even for myself. That's hard. I mean,
So once again,
so many
okay,
stress
that
levels,
proves my point.
so many issues.
The realism of doing this is stupid. It's dumbfoundingly stupid. I mean, you just agreed with me for the first time. You agreed with me over this whole education thing. I don't think it needs to happen. I think it's adding gasoline to a fire that already exists. I think it needs to just be dropped. Right now, we'll pick up next year. We send our kids to public schools. Yes. Most parents that do send their kids to public school get used to and need that time where the child is in school to be able to go and handle stuff like paying bills, grocery shopping, our doctor's appointments, and if for nothing else, that little bit of time where you go, oh, you know, because let's face it, adulting's not easy. And now they want us to be on lockdown but not be on lockdown, and be with our kids 24/7, which is fine. I mean, they're our kids, but at the same time, that's causing enough problems as it is, as far as, at least for us, because we have added food bills, we have added disposable items in the house, consumables that are being used faster. There's more of it being used because they're home constantly. And now they want to add this on top of it. I think it's ridiculous. I think it should be axed. Amy may think it should be axed for different reasons, but the point is, it should be axed. They should not have to do this. So, guys, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. So, I just wanted someone else's opinion on it, other than mine. And again, like I said before, 70% of the state agrees that they should just axe the rest of the year.
Me personally, I don't mind the aspect of distance learning for my high schooler. I don't mind it for our middle school, or almost middle school age child, because they're both very apt to be able to take care of what they have to do.
Yeah, but you can't have one without all of them.
It's our youngest. He can't do it without one of us, and that's what is where I'm at with the stress of it.
I'm just done with the whole thing. It's easier just to axe the whole thing than to nitpick. And I'm not going to nitpick people out. If it's good for one group, it's good for all of them. Now, please, get back onto my normal video stuff. Please like, share, and comment. Ring the bell for the notifications to let you know every time I'm online. Today, I am going to announce, around 7 o'clock, I am going to be on Facebook. I'm gonna do a Facebook Live thing. I want people on there. I've done it 3 times now and no one showed up. Please, somebody show up. It'll be fun. We can talk about stuff that I talk about in my videos. We can talk about, why is your shoe blue? I don't care what we talk about. Socialization, guys. We're distance. We're long distance socializing. And, I'd like to hear from some of you guys and say hi, and, you can see my smiling face again. Yay! But I'll be live.
He'll go absolutely crazy if you don't.
I'm not going to go absolutely crazy if they don't.
You're talking to the same 4 people every day.
I'm talking to the wall and the cat more than I'm talking to you guys. Anyway, so please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube. Share the crap out of it so people get it. Now, another thing is, I wanted to bring you up to date on the fundraiser real quick. Fundraiser's going. It's going slowly. Like and share that sucker too. My earlier videos, there's a link to it. I'm not going to put the link in this video, quite frankly, because I just don't feel like typing it all out. So I'm not gonna. But the past videos, most of them have the link on there. Please, if you can't donate, please share the link. Share what we're doing. Share why we're doing it. I will make a video also very soon explaining what we're doing, how we're doing it, why we're doing it, and what it all consists of. So that'll be a new video for sometime in the near future. So please get that out there. Other than that, guys, I think I'm done for right now. Again, 7 p.m. tonight, I'm going to try to go live. If it goes well, we'll do it like once a week, and everybody can get together, and we can do that. Now, we can also do something like, we can play a board game over live, which would be interesting. Not like chess or anything, but, you know, everybody has Monopoly, right? We'll all set up a Monopoly board in our own houses, and we'll play Monopoly, but we can keep track of everybody's movements and everything on your